Hello, and welcome to this webinar on strategic planning for the public sector. I'm Andrea Nunez, CEO at the Genysys Group. We are a change management consulting firm focused on helping our clients see and create their best future. We have extensive experience in the public sector, and we created this webinar to share with you how we help our public sector clients get results. Let's start with who this webinar is for. You are in the right place if you're a city manager, a city council member, a mayor, or a department head. We have experience working with people in all of these positions as our key point of contact. If you're not in one of those roles, but you work in the public sector and see a need for results-oriented strategic planning at your organization, definitely stick around. Understanding the process we use will be helpful, and you can advocate for these kinds of changes at your organization. I know you're busy, as we all are, so I want this time you're spending with me today to be valuable to you. This presentation will be about 20 minutes, so it won't take up too much of your time, and you'll have 3 key takeaways today. First, you'll understand why strategic planning is key to a public sector leader's success. It's all about getting things done, getting the results your clients, or your stakeholders and constituencies demand. We can help you do that. Second, I'll share with you how Genysys' approach is unique. What we do is very likely different than what you've seen or done before. I want to help you understand if it's right for your organization. And finally, again, I know you're busy, so it's important that you understand what our process looks like, what the commitment is likely to be, and again, if it's a fit for you and your team. Before we dive in, I want to share a bit more about Genysys and what we're all about. Our focus is on helping our clients move beyond change management to change mastery. We believe all organizations are moving in one of 2 directions: toward deep, serious change or toward slow death. Given the challenges that are specific to the public sector, be they elections, fluctuating priorities and budgets, public health and economic crises as we're experiencing as I record this, mastering the change process is vitally important. Strategic planning is a critical element, of course, but we see leadership development as part of this as well, always understanding that the day-to-day leadership of an organization often comes from the middle. These 2 things combined really lead to organizational transformation. So how did we come to this? Genysys was founded by Ray Rood, who had a long academic and administrative career at a small college in Southern California. Through research, observations, and experience, Ray developed a model that is foundational for organizational transformation. All of the work we do is informed by Ray's work with his students and later his consulting clients, and sits upon that academic foundation. Of course, coming from an academic start, learning is an important part of everything we do. It's one of our top values as a company, and something that we practice and integrate as a team. It's also something that we consciously develop with our clients, always asking, what have you learned and what will you do with that learning? We see vision as the driving force or just cause that people will attach themselves to and persist through adversity for. Creating a shared vision of the future is the most powerful way to engage your team and to create the transformational leadership that's needed at all levels to achieve your goals. Our unique brand of facilitation stems from our belief that the client has the answers. Our job is to ask questions that draw the answers out of them and help them to understand what they already know. We see these things as our distinctives as an organization, and we believe they are the key factors in helping our clients to be successful and to achieve the results they want and need. I wanted to share this quote from the Harvard Business Review. The ability to visualize and articulate a possible future state for an organization or company has always been a vital component of successful leadership. This goes back to what I mentioned about having a clear, shared vision and how we see that as a hallmark of success. Starting with that first question I mentioned, why is strategic planning key to a public sector leader's success? First, it's an opportunity to define who you are, whether it's a city or a department, and to articulate how you plan to lead. It's your stake in the ground as much as it's your plan, particularly if it flows from a meaningful shared vision. Second, it clearly outlines what you'll focus on, what you'll say yes to and what you'll say no to, where you'll spend your resources, what initiatives you'll engage in, and how you'll structure your operations. Third, and this is really key, it links your goals to your employees' actions. There's a direct line between the two that helps employees understand and attach themselves to what they're working toward and provides real metrics to help you see where your organization is in relation to those goals. This quote from an article by the Boston Consulting Group really zeroes in on why strategic planning is so important in the public sector. Sustainable and flexible execution of the strategy promotes the likelihood that government will deliver on its promises, improving citizens' confidence and promoting their trust. It's all about delivering on promises and increasing confidence and trust. Certainly in the public sector, this is vital. Given the importance of strategic planning for the public sector, let's address how Genysys's approach to strategic planning is unique and gets results. We work with clients on strategic planning in 3 stages. We assess, we diagnose, and we facilitate. So let me tell you a little bit more about each of these areas. First, we have several different assessments we can use depending on your needs. A few of the assessments that we generally use at the beginning of our strategic planning projects are noted here. First, the Change Readiness Index. This is a big assessment, 96 questions, and it helps you to understand how ready your organization is for change at the outset of the strategic planning process. As it mentions here, it measures the readiness to initiate, sustain, safeguard, and pass forward deep transformational change, all of which are vital to the success of a vision-based strategic plan. The next assessment that we use is the Mission, Core Values, and Vision Audit. This is an audit where participants grade the organization on a 4.0 scale, so you can really see how well you're walking your talk. Are you who you say you are? Are you doing the things you say you do? It allows you to understand if any of these need to be revisited or updated. Then the Strengths, Challenges, Opportunities, and Threats assessment. This is similar to what many know as a SWOT assessment. This helps you to understand where participants believe the organization to be right now. Where are you strong? What areas need attention? What are threats that you may not have control over but need to be aware of? And what are some opportunities that may come out of that? The Strategic Questions assessment looks out to the future and asks, what are the most important questions the organization needs to consider as you look ahead for the next 5 to 10 years? We use the results of the assessment to diagnose and prescribe solutions that are unique to you. As I mentioned, our bias is using vision as the source of energy for change. So our diagnoses take your vision and values seriously and put those at the forefront when determining proposed solutions. This allows you to tap into the energy and talent and transformational leadership within your organization. Another quote I thought was important to share here from well-known author and leadership coach Michael Hyatt. Without a clear vision, no strategy will save you. Again, this really reiterates our belief at Genysys that all strategies should flow from and serve vision. Wherever you are and whatever solution is needed, Genysys's certified consultants are trained in the art and skill of facilitation, which ensures participation, thus increasing buy-in and commitment from participants. We believe people will support things they help create. We also believe our clients have the answers, as I mentioned, and we're there to help them see it and act on it. So our role is to facilitate that understanding and action and to ensure that there's true learning and ongoing development that comes from all of our interactions with our clients. We found that this unique approach helps our clients get authentic results from the bottom to the top of the organization. Let's talk about what you can expect from Genysys's process. First and foremost, we collaborate with you. It's important for us to understand who you are and where things currently stand so we can provide the support you need to move into your future. This understanding allows us to design a program that is unique to you. Again, we collaborate with you to ensure that what we're designing meets your specific needs. Then we provide the scaffolding, the support you need as you implement your strategic plan. Let's look more specifically at what happens at each of these steps along the way. First, we collaborate with you to determine our key point of contact. This could be one person or a small group who will be our primary partners throughout the engagement. It's through this group that information and questions will flow and decisions will be made. Then with our key contacts, we often call this a steering committee, we determine which assessments are appropriate for your group. We have several in addition to the three I already mentioned, so it may be that there are others that would be beneficial for you as well. Then we work with you to determine who should take the assessments. This could be a small group, just council members, for example, or it could be department heads, employees, even citizens. We've worked with all of these groups, but it's entirely dependent on what you decide will best meet your needs and what are the outcomes that you're looking for. Then we deliver the assessments to the participants. We have an online portal that makes it easy for everyone to access. And finally, of course, we report back on the results. Again, this could be to just a small group or all who have participated. And we always include a section on assessment results at our strategic planning events, though this is usually in a condensed form. After the initial assessment phase, we work with you to design a strategic planning event that meets your needs and constraints. We generally do a 2-day event, with the first day consisting of reporting on the assessment results and discussing your organization's current reality. Then we look out to the future and envision what's possible. What do you want the organization to be? We call this Vision Day. The next day, we bring it all back down to the ground and discuss specific goals and objectives and begin to create a plan that starts today and moves you toward that vision that you have for the future. This is what we call Planning Day. While we do have a specific framework for these 2 days, there's a lot of flexibility, so we can condense or expand the event as needed so it works for you and your specific situation. Once we've determined dates and timelines, we work with you to determine who should participate. Again, this can be as small or as large a group as you'd like. And we have information for you to share with those invited so they know exactly what to expect. Of course, we also create the agenda, the handouts, the presentation, anything that's needed for the event. And we facilitate the event. This is important because as leaders, it allows you to be fully present and participate as a member of the team without the weight of managing or facilitating the event on your shoulders. Our third step support includes producing the strategic planning report and recommendations, so outlining what took place at the event and what our recommendations are, presenting that to key stakeholders, and then scheduling regular follow-ups with our key points of contact. Each step along the way, of course, is important, but we see the support piece as key to the success of any strategic planning event. If you don't successfully implement your plan, it's just an event or an experience for everyone who participated. This can actually cause a lot of frustration for people who've been asked to participate, to provide input, and to take the future of the organization seriously. If they don't see any real movement, any action, it can be very demoralizing. So we prioritize providing the support needed to you as you implement the plan and adapt to whatever changes are guaranteed to come your way to ensure that there's growth and development along the way, all of which we see as vital to helping our clients get the results they need from a strategic plan. Speaking of client results, I wanted to quickly share with you what some of our public sector and not-for-profit clients have said about our work with them. This is from Carmen Hernandez, Library Director at the Alhambra Civic Center Library. She says, our work with the Genysys Group's vision-based strategic planning has been a tremendous force in our organization. We've been able to cultivate and develop interior leaders in our departments. Carmen is a longtime client, and her team has really internalized the strategic planning process, which they update like clockwork every 6 months. It's helped her entire team become engaged and feel like they're responsible for achieving the goals they've set for themselves. It's a really, really wonderful success story, and one that we're all very proud of. Next, from Matthew Consalvo, CEO at the Arizona Regional Multiple Listing Service. With their vision-driven strategic planning, the Genysys Group has given our organization the tools to navigate great change while defining our mission, vision, and core values in a way that continues to be utilized today. This really highlights how the core elements of who you are as an organization can and should be operationalized into your everyday work, which then serves the plan you've created for yourself. And finally, from Jeremy Webster at Ohio University Zanesville says, although I was initially somewhat skeptical about our visioning work together, that work taught me not only how to envision my own future career path, but also convinced me that envisioning my institution's future and leading my campus toward it is my most fundamental mission as a campus dean. This realization has energized both my career and my day-to-day work as a dean. I love this because it speaks to that skepticism that many have about focusing on vision, but then underscores how important it is to people personally and professionally. Any organization, of course, is made up of individual people who want to understand what their place is in the organization. Our vision-based process can help them and the organization at the same time. So to recap what I shared with you, today we talked about why strategic planning is key to a public leader's success. And again, it helps you define who you are, it outlines your priorities, and it links employee actions to your goals. Then I shared with you how Genysys' approach is unique and gets results. We see our focus on the use of vision and our unique brand of facilitation as key factors in our client success. And finally, what you can expect from the Genysys process. So you have a better understanding of what it will look like for you and in what areas we build in flexibility to meet your needs. I hope this has helped you understand more about Genysys and how we can help your city or department create a vision for the future, create a strategic plan based on that vision, and importantly, implement that plan to achieve your goals as an organization. If you have questions or would like to talk to someone about what Genysys can do for you, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are on the web at www.thegenysysgroup.com. You can email us anytime at contactus@thegenysysgroup.com or call us 833-GENYSYS. That's 833-436-9797. And remember, as we all know, change is inevitable. Thriving is a choice. Genysys can help you thrive.